Be grateful that you don't feel the need.
The howling. How can you bear it?
The spirit cocks his head and covers his ears, hoping to muffle screams that only he can hear.
Ah, I thought the ancestors' screams had drawn you here as well. They came to me on the wind, though I am not sure the devil's is no wonder it screams. The tree is barely more than carcass, blistered and charred. Its spirit wails into the ether, but I can't understand its words. Perhaps you can succeed where I can't. My heart breaks for our ascendant. Find a way to relieve its suffering, and I will find a way to reward you. A druid. There are too few of us. Elf-kind finds value in flesh where memory lingers. I collect memories, yes, but I am more keen on bark and leaf. On the living breeze, not the sleeping past. Well, yes. I have kept my ears to the ground, ghostly they may be. This is an archive, a library devoted to history and scholarship. There must be a record. I can't say where its entrance lays. The whispers that speak of the archive are all but drowned by my ancestors' grief.
She screams and screams and screams and never stops to screams. The tree, the tree, the tree.
I've spotted something.
The elements have made it impossible to make out the name upon this grave marker. The elements have made it impossible to make out the name upon this grave marker. To make out the name upon this grave marker.
Okay, let's see what this master wants. How can I tell if he's to be trusted?
You don't need me to tell you that.
True. I'm in deep, deep.
You want to buy something or not?
No, thanks.
You are here to work. Are you also here to trade? I have much to show.
Dark words should not sully those honey. All will be well. He has faith in himself. That is all we need.
I trade, you have coin. I have wares, nothing else matters. You like your nose? Then do not stick it where it's not welcome. We are where we are meant to be. We will be told when we are meant to be somewhere else. Your friend wanted a new deal. Wanted to renegotiate. We have a wager. Some say she succeeds. Some say not. What say you? Good. Tell me, how do you bet? For the half-blood or against? She made a deal with our master, but her reward, her obligation, strictly confidential. But the advocate is quick. Good. Now, see what happens. Until then, do you wish to trade? Look, do not touch. Not until you fatten my purse. See you again. Perhaps.
The hulking warrior's eyes dart about in panic, but his voice is loud and strong.
You have been...
Ah, there you are, and with just the little demonic host I've been looking for. You don't mind if I have a word with Ms. Losa, do you?
Seriously?
Never mind, Losa. Let him listen. I was just curious about the progress of your...
I met your old buddy Jahan, if that's what you mean.
I don't have buddies. I have a... So, did he help you with the,
He's putting me through my paces. I have a few more hoops to jump through before he'll help.
Nothing in life is free, I suppose. Make sure you do jump them, Losa. You won't be sorry. Oh, it's you. I'm a demon, not a poodle. Me to my business.
Her eyes suddenly flash with fury.
We'll discuss this later. Now, if you'll excuse me.
She pointedly ignores you.
You're embarrassing me in front of the other agents of evil. We'll talk about this. Ah, there you... You don't mind if I have a word. I was just curious about the progress of your...
I met your old buddy Jahan, if that's...
I don't have... So...
He's...
Nothing in life is free, Oh, it's you. I don't see why not. I've got business all around the realm, same as you.
The lizard's eyes are dark as polished coal, void of all light. A faint frost seems to cover the cracked and broken scales around his mouth.
You have a reputation for both malfeasance and chaos. Imagine my surprise when it took you so long to find your way here. I see the miasma surrounding our islet certainly did not hinder you. Well, here you stand, in the flesh, so to speak. And a finer collection of corpusculae I never have seen. I trust you are not opposed to a mutually beneficial accord between civil and gentle persons. Ah, a cure. I am here at the behest of my master to offer you a simple exchange. An offer of aid for the promise of aid. The epitome of civil reciprocity. You and he possess a common foe. The power behind the Voidwoken has made our... And as the gods have shirked their duty, perhaps we could come to a mutually beneficial arrangement pertaining to both of our objectives. Indeed, I can offer you the source channel that you seek forthwith, as a gesture of good faith. Indeed, the creatures that strut about this realm, so... Very well. I can see them straining against your lips. Unleash them, Godwoken. Ask your questions. Because it is expeditious to do so. My master would have this...
The lizard looks about to make sure no one else can hear, leans in and whispers...
And, if you are to become the new divine, I would much rather be an ally than a foe. After all, the power you... There are legions that would follow you, myself included. Your power would be unfathomable. Assuming, of course, you take it for your own. My master has been troubled by the presence of the Void as it creeps ever forward, encroaching on areas in which he himself once ruled supreme. None more... There is a tree at this island's core which has special significance to my master. Think of it as hallowed, sacrosanct ground. And you will exterminate these termites. It is simplicity itself, in truth. Why, the only thing you truly desire. Or certainly the only thing you truly need. I will reveal unto you the location of the Council of Seven. My master has dealt with many of your ilk. Small-minded creatures with a hunger for power, out to save themselves or loved ones or the world, some fantasy or another. But all are willing to strike a covenant if it means their success. One was even willing to give up the location of this council to earn my master's boon. How felicitous that you merely have to spill a little blood to earn the same. One may ask, one may inquire, but one should be eternally wary of what one demands. And one should heed that twicefold for information like this. There is power in names, power far, far in excess of your mortal limits. I'll not deliver that power unto him. Have your ears been found defective, or do you simply lack the wit to comprehend? You need concern yourself with nothing barring the truth. Your smoldering, half-demon pet can attest to that.
The words the advocate uttered echo in your mind. Could it be true that the death fog ushered in the rise of the Voidwoken, and whatever gruesome power controls them? Every day you learn more about the devastating consequences of the death fog. The death fog you carried unknowingly for Lucian. You feel fire blaze in your heart and a storm surge in your mind. Anger races through your body, setting every nerve aflame. Your hands tingle and your heart thumps an ugly beat. As you clench your fists, you feel the anger inside you flooding your arms. You look for something or someone to strike. You punch the ground over and over, your fists blooded by the gravel they strike. With every impact, a surge of adrenaline rushes in tandem. Grief, loss, and rage. When you are howled hoarse, you feel cleansed. The anger slinks away like a whipped cur, yet your soul wolf remains.
You have returned, but not with the specter of death. What would you know before you return to your bloody business? I admire your persistence, even if I am somewhat concerned. My masters are your smoldering, half-demon pet can attest to that. My master has been trapped. There is a tree, and you will exterminate these termites. Why, the only thing... Excellent! How fortuitous that we have become an accord. A most excellent decision. Alas, I fear in my excitement I overspoke, and potentially...
Your ability to channel Source has sadly already passed the limits of my means. Although let it not be, if I cannot gift you one boon, I shall gift you another. It would be such a shame to see this Source be simply left...
There is neither enigmatic lore nor magical jewel required to open the channels of Source. It is enough to seize it with sufficient force of will, to know that all creatures are nothing but Source and vain hope.
You feel the pull of a far-off connection. You feel the dungeon, the red organic tendrils binding you. Your ears are filled with screams, and you're surprised to find your body opening up, filling with the promise of power as your ability to channel Source swells.
Oh, what delectation. Why waste such power on flesh when it can be trapped in the pages of a...
Now, tell me, is there anything further in which you yearn to be enlightened? She is the one that comes to me, helm in hand, in a sad attempt to beg and snivel her way out of previous and... Alas, I am not at liberty to say more. My master values privacy above all else. He would not take it kindly if he discovered I had been indiscreet. Because it is expeditious to do...
The lizard looked...
And there are legions that would follow you, myself included.
The lizard's eyes are...
You have a... Well, here you stand. In the flesh, so to speak. And a finer collection of corpusculae I never have seen. I trust you are not opposed to a mutually beneficial... Likewise, I am sure. But I am not here to bandy niceties. I am here at the behest of my master to offer you a simple exchange. You and he possess a... And as the gods have shirked their duty, perhaps we could come to a mutually beneficial arrangement pertaining to both of our objectives. Indeed, I can offer... Very well. I can... My master, there is a... And you will exterminate these termites. Because it is...
The lizard looked...
And there are legions that would follow you, myself included. Your power... Why, the only thing you truly desire. Or certainly the only thing you truly need. I will reveal unto you the location of the Council of Seven. My master, but all how felicitous that you merely have to spill a little blood to earn the same. One may ask, and one should heed that twicefold for information like this. There is power in names, power far, far in... Perhaps you utter some truth. Surely his ear could not be... Very well. The master of the Voidwoken is a creature older than any demon. My master will never speak his true name, but the Black Ring know him as the God King of... To arms! His savage minions have
The
found
words
us!
the Advocate uttered echo in your mind. Could it be true that the Death Fog ushered in the rise of the Voidwoken, and this God King that controls them? Every day, you learn more about the devastating consequences of the Death Fog. The Death Fog you carried unknowingly for Lucian. You feel fire blaze in your heart and a storm surge in your mind. You try to calm your grief, but your ragged pulse has other ideas. All you can see is the devastation of the Death Fog, the rise of the Voidwoken, as you draw in deeper and deeper breaths, you feel your tension dissipating. The anger slinks away.